which means no. Hello my loves, so in today's video we are going to be trying to read, it's Monday, so for the week we are going to try and read 100 pages a day. I was going to do 200 pages a day, but I was like, be realistic Tammy, I have a job, I have events, I have stuff I need to do and go to, so 100 pages a day is still a big feat. It still feels like a big challenge for me, but 200 pages kind of just feels a little bit out of my reach. So I'll start with 100, and if it goes well, maybe I'll do another video that is reading 200 pages a day. But for now, 100, okay? So we are starting off with Silver Elite. I have the NetGalley on my Kindle so I can read at night and when I'm traveling and stuff like that, but I do also have the physical copy. So this does come out in May 2025, so it is still a little way off. However, I am having an absolute blast with this story. It jumps straight into the story. It's so fast paced. It's a dystopian romance. So in this book, we're basically following Ren, who has been raised by her uncle. She's kind of been in hiding because in this world, this is set in our world but like much later, obviously dystopian, there was some type of chemical outbreak and some people got modified, which means that they're telepaths basically. So I believe, I'm still learning because I'm still pretty early on into this book, 125 pages in, so I believe some people can read people's minds, some people can change, make them do things, some people can heal, some people can project what they're seeing into other people's minds. So there's different types of mind abilities. Our female main character has this mind ability and she's trying obviously not to get discovered. Something happens and she gets drafted into command, which is the military that are against modified. So she's basically modified in hiding. Sorry if the camera angle changed, my battery died, but yeah, so she's basically a modified hiding in plain sight. So that is as far as I've got so far. Of course I've left some things out because some things are spoilers, but yeah, I am loving this book so far. There is a romance budding. I can see little, you know, crumbs that are being left. Nothing's really happened yet, you know, it's really early on. I'm loving the tension and the slow burn, but there's also something else going on in her head that I'm really curious about, and I feel like I'm putting dots together. We shall see if I'm right, but I'm having a blast with this. I didn't catch the dystopian train when it was like at the height of its popularity. Like I didn't read Hunger Games. I still haven't read Hunger Games. I still haven't read Divergent, Maze Runner, any of those, but I have watched them all, like all the films and TV shows and stuff, so I can picture this really well, like, you know, the girl with the tank top and stuff like that. Like I can picture this really well. So anyway, I am on page 125, so if I read 100 pages today, that would take me to 225. 225 is not the end of a chapter, so I'm gonna have to go to 228, which is basically just over 100 pages. But yeah, we are going to be reading 100 pages of this. I feel like I can do it. If I just stop playing PS5 in the evenings and actually read my book, I can do it. But me and my husband, we're both big gamers, so what ends up happening is he comes home from work and he's like, let's play, and I'm like, okay. Book tossed to the side. This week I'm gonna be locked in, I'm gonna be focused. So yeah, let's get reading. Hopefully I can do 100 pages before he comes home from work and then I can play tonight. I will check in with you guys when I am 100 pages down. Okay, my love, so it is the next day and it's pretty late in the evening. I've just got back from a very exciting event with Hot Escape. Let's do a little mini haul before I update you on my reads. They gave us the Raven Scholar. It was an event to celebrate the new Raven Scholar, which comes out the 24th of April. And everyone that had read this book loved it, were hyping it up. So I'm really excited for this. It is fantasy. The Emperor's reign is over. The contest has begun. So that just got bumped up my TBR because everyone was raving raving about it. But I also managed to snag all of these books. How exciting. So I got Story of My Life by Lucy Score, Idle Fire by Grace Curtis, and the author was actually there, so I got to chat with her a little bit about her book, which is a traveling fantasy, she called it. She's normally a sci-fi writer, so it's her first fantasy book. So excited. This comes out next month in March. This, I was so excited when I saw this on the table. This is The Floating World by Axie O, and I've heard such good things about this author. I believe she wrote Girl That Fell Beneath the Sea, something like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this and see what I think about this author's writing, which comes out the 13th of May. And last but not least, I got a copy of Arcana Academy. Now you might be wondering, Tammy, you already have 2 copies of that. Yeah, but this is different. I have these 2 foily copies, which are so gorgeous, but I wanted a reading copy because I don't want to read the copies with the gorgeous foil in case I ruin it. So yeah, this will be the book that I'm actually reading physically. But yeah, really excited to get to this. Dark Academia Romantasy. So yeah, I've just got back from that event, which was so fun. But my reading, so I did manage to read 102 pages yesterday. So I did hit my goal for yesterday. Today I was reading in the morning and then I was reading on my way to the event, and I have not managed to hit my goal, but I'm really close. I'm really close. I am actually on page 289. Okay, so I was meant to get to page 326. 37 pages. I could do it. I could do it. I just need to like take my makeup off. I've been like obviously out most of the day. I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I manage to do it, but I should be able to do it. 37 pages, I could do that. But this book, let me update you guys because I am loving this book. Like, it's so compulsively readable. Does that make sense? Compulsively readable. I may have had 1 or 2 glasses of wine, so words are just not flowing as easy right now. It's just so easy to read and it's so gripping that you just want to read more. I don't think it's a love triangle because I very much know who the love interest is, but there's a side character where certain things have happened and I'm looking at them like, is she romantically interested in him? I'm not sure. But either way, it's very fun. She's going out on missions and like training ops, so like practice operations, and she's obviously trying not to let them know that she has magic. The girlies were right, they were onto something with this. I'm having such a good time. The yearning, the tension, oh my god. I will try and get the 37 pages done tonight, but I am really tired. I feel like once I lie in bed I'm just gonna, you know, if I don't manage to do it, I definitely will catch up tomorrow because I don't have any plans for tomorrow. So I'm just going to work and read, basically. I'm just gonna work and read. Good morning, my love. So it is the next day. Actually, I don't even think it's morning at the moment. I have been reading all morning, getting my 100 pages done. I'm nearly done with it. So this is the 3rd day. This would be 300 pages. I am on page 400. So I have to get to page 426 today. So I've only got 26 pages left to do. So definitely doable. I'm just going to film my picking my TBR for March video, and then I'm going to finish up reading this. However, because I'm so close to the end, I'm thinking I might just finish this tonight. Like, I feel like it's gonna get juicy. You know, the last 100 pages are always like fast paced and reveals and twists and all of that stuff. So if I get sucked in, I might just finish this up tonight. But if I don't manage to, then I will finish it tomorrow. I woke up with a very sore throat today, so I've just been lying in bed all morning reading. I mean, can't complain, but wish I felt better. My thoughts haven't really changed from yesterday. Still thoroughly enjoying this book. Highly recommend. Like, guys, I'm 400 pages in. It's really good and I don't see it changing, so this is potentially a 5-star read. It is very lust forward and very sexual attraction rather than them getting to know each other on a deeper level and stuff like that, which I usually hate, but for some reason it really works in this story because they just can't get to know each other on a deeper level with where they are and what they're going through. And I feel like I know something. I feel like I've known something since the beginning, but it still has not been confirmed, so I'm just waiting. But there's been little nuggets and I'm like, 1 + 1 is 2. Do you know what I mean? I will continue reading and I will get back to you with my final thoughts, and then we shall be able to pick another book, hopefully today or tomorrow. I don't know what I want to read next. It's still February, so I'm still currently mood reading. I haven't got like a solid TBR at the moment. Well, I do have a February TBR that I didn't get to, but I'm just like using this week to mood read. I am kind of feeling Fable for the End of the World. I also have Best Hex Ever, which I have the audiobook for from my library, so I do want to get to that as well. I'm also kind of feeling Heavenly Bodies. I don't know, I just feel like, you know, when you're reading a good book, you just want to read everything because you feel like everything has the potential to be as good as this. That's the mood I'm in. I knew it! I knew it! It can't be, but it is. But it is. Which means no. Preposterous. And yet, can you believe it, Milo? I can't believe it. Milo, please, this is not the time. I need to breathe. I'm literally holding my breath. Good morning, my loves. So I went ahead and finished Silver Elite yesterday, and oh my God, what a time. 5 stars. First 5 stars of 2025. Silver Elite is that girl. This gave me all of the feelings that I had while watching Hunger Games, Divergent. This is like an adult version of Divergent because of course there is spice, but the way it's written, it's so easy to understand. Like the writing just flows beautifully, and I just found myself zooming through paragraphs. There's loads of dialogue as well, so it's really like banter. And yeah, like I said, compulsively readable. It's just so easy to read, so gripping. This is like 500 pages and it definitely did not feel like it. Obviously it's high stakes, edge of your seat because she's in enemy territory and you know she's a mod, so anytime that someone's like suspicious or something happens, you're like, oh, is she gonna get found out? It was just so good. It doesn't come out till May, like I said, so it's a little while off. However, I would highly recommend pre-ordering because wow. So it is a new day and we are starting a new book, and I've actually picked up Best Hex Ever. I'm currently on chapter 5, page 47. I just read a little bit this morning. However, I'm gonna switch to the audiobook because I do have the audiobook from my library and I've got a lot of chores to do at home, so just need to get through my 100 pages. But this book is under 300 pages, so I can easily see myself like going through it today and tomorrow. Could have probably finished it today if I didn't have an event tonight, but I do, so I probably will get a halfway through. This is so fun so far. It kind of feels like a warm hug. It is a little bit of a cozy witchy fantasy, but it's got romance. There's loads of like bakery descriptions and I'm a big fan. I don't like to bake, but I like to eat pastries. So a big fan of the descriptions of like cinnamon buns, and I love the fact that she bakes like her warm memories into her baking. So when people eat it, they have a feeling of, you know, being wrapped up in a warm scarf, you know, those type of cozy feelings. It's definitely more of an autumn vibe because it is set during autumn and there's a lot of Halloween descriptions, so people are eating marshmallows shaped as ghosts, so it definitely feels more autumn read, but I'm still having fun with it nonetheless. So yeah, I will keep reading Best Hex Ever and I will update you guys, if not later then tomorrow. Went ahead and finished Best Hex Ever. I read 200 pages yesterday while I was doing my chores and like doing some household stuff. It was so easy to fly through. I mean, it's such a short story. And then I just went ahead and finished up the rest of how much was it today? 85 pages. So I read 200 yesterday and then 85 today. So I still have to read 15 more pages today to hit my target, but I'm gonna start a new book, of course, because this one is finished. So my thoughts on Best Hex Ever, I ended up giving it 3 stars. It is so much more spicier than I thought it was gonna be. Like, there's so many graphic scenes in here, I mean, which is fine if you do like spice, but I'm not really a big spice reader like that. I kind of thought I was going in for a cute little, you know, witchy romance, a little rom-com, but this was definitely more like a spicy witchy read, which is fine. It's just not what I like. I really liked the main character. I liked that she had magic, of course, and that she can bake her magic into her cafe and her pastries and stuff. That part was really fun. However, the romance felt really insta love for me. It's like as soon as he walks into her store, they lock eyes and it's game over. Do you know what I mean? But all of his thoughts, because he does have chapters in here as well, even though it's written in third person, they're still distinguishable by the chapters and how it's written. So he does have a POV in here. However, his chapters and his inner thoughts and stuff like that just felt very lusty. And I've said this many times on my channel before, but with romance, I really prefer conversations, slow burn, cheeky little touches, cheeky little glances, like all little bricks that build to make a love house. Do you know what I mean? Not just she looks so good, he looks so good, I want to lick him, I want to lick her. Like, that doesn't really work for me, and that's kind of what this book was. But it was a fun witchy read. Like, I can't complain. It's just not for me. However, I'm so excited for my next read. It is Friday, so I'm going to continue this video until Sunday because I started on Monday. Because February's not over yet, I don't have to read my March TBR just yet. So I'm gonna continue on mood reading. I want to read the second book in the Plated Prisoner series. I read the first book in February, absolutely loved it, and I'm really excited to continue the series because my friends have let me know that book 2 and 3 are their favorites, and I want to get to it, of course. So this one is Glint. And the writing in here is so big. I feel like 100 pages is gonna fly by. I mean, technically, I only have to read 15 pages today. I probably will get further than that because reading 15 pages of this will take me literally like 5 minutes. I mean, look at the writing in this book. It's so big. There's so many gaps. Like, the pages are just easy to fly through compared to Silver Elite is the first book that I started off reading, and look at the difference in the font size. I might end up reading over my required reading pages just because I want to get this read this weekend so that when March starts, I can officially start on my March TBR. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started reading Glint. This is a weird angle, but that's the best I got. So I was meant to read 15 pages yesterday. I ended up reading 82. And then today I've read from 83 and I'm meant to get to 183, but I'm actually already on page 209. So I'm definitely, I mean, it's the weekend. I've got nothing else to do. So it's easy to read more than the 100 pages. And like I said, this type of book, like the font size and stuff and the way it's written, it's just easier to read 100 pages of this than it is for other books. I definitely think I could finish this up this weekend. It is now the 1st of March, so I do need to get started on my March TBR. However, Best Hex Ever was on my March TBR and I have already read that, so I am one book down, so this little detour isn't so bad. Thoughts on this book? I mean, I'm enjoying it. It does feel very slow. I thought we were gonna kind of jump into some action, go somewhere, you know, but we've just kind of been in one place and we're getting flashbacks, and I mean, it's good, but I'm just waiting for it to be great, you know? I wonder if this is those type of series where it's kind of slow and then the last 100 pages is like boom, 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 you know? But yeah, right now it's okay. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. It's just going. We are getting chapters from Queen Melina and I am kind of enjoying her my cat, really? No, don't touch the camera. Yeah, we're getting chapters from Queen Melina, which I am really enjoying more than Orange chapters. I feel like Orange chapters are a little bit slow at the moment, but I'm just hoping it will pick up. I am almost halfway, so I am hoping that, you know, maybe from the 50% mark, it will just get better. I think that's everything that I wanted to say. I'm going to continue reading and I will update you guys tomorrow when I have finished this book. Hello my loves, so I finished Glint. I feel like aside from the end of this book, most of this book felt a bit pointless. It definitely feels like this could have been merged with the first book to make a proper solid story, because the first book and this book, I guess to some extent, there's no real like plot, there's no real like beginning, middle, end. It just feels like an ongoing story. There's no like mission that she has to complete, there's no like plot, if that makes sense. It's still enjoyable. I'm gonna give this 3 stars, I believe, or 3.5 stars, something around that, maybe 3.25, I don't know, around 3 stars anyway. It was enjoyable and I like where the story is going. Based on the ending of this book, I definitely see myself liking book 3, because I feel like the romance is just gonna amp up in book 3, and like now that we know what we know, it's just looking like it's gonna be fun. I think what this story has going for it is that it's so easy to read and it's so easy to understand and it's fun and it leaves you on a cliffhanger, so it just makes you want to read the next book. But I definitely don't think this is gonna be like an all-time favorite fantasy romance, but I'm having fun and I definitely will be continuing the series. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Doing this challenge has definitely taught me that I can read 100 pages a day, but I do feel like it depends on the type of pages, because the last book that I read, like I said, the font is so small, and like 100 pages of this is totally different to my current read, which is Of War and Ruin by Ryan Carhill. I mean, look at the font size in this book. Like, look at that compared to 100 pages of that. So obviously 100 pages of this will definitely be harder than 100 pages of this. But yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.